Morning. Probably never heard me earlier because the wind was strong. I've just come up this path from Barrisdale Bothy, and it's a really good track. Now it's going to whittle out to probably just a foot track. I guess they use this for stalking. But anyway, I'll give you a rundown from last night because the winds were too strong and there was people at the Bothy. That's in the Bothy. Chatted to a few people, as you know. Settled down about 9:10. Must have got to sleep about 9:30. Slept like a log. I wake about 4 hours later to feed the monsters like normal. She's eating grass, stupid girl. And then back to bed as such. Must have lied in there for about 10-15 minutes and then dozed off straight away again. Heard people moving about 10 to 6 and decided to get up at 6 o'clock. Took it nice and steady, had breakfast, fed the dog. Oh no, I didn't feed the dogs, gave the dogs water, sorry. And started packing up. Finally finished packing up about 8 o'clock. Did last bits like brush teeth, so on. And then set off at 8:20. So we've had a really nice early start. The wind's picking up again, just like that. It's really hot out, but when the wind comes, it cools you down. I've put my hat on because there was no wind, but it's coming back again. Last night it rained about 8:10, and I dived in the tent for about 10 minutes. And then it stopped. It was just a shower. All night it was dead. No problem with midges, obviously, because of all the wind this morning. No problem with ticks when I got up. Checked myself, no ticks. Dogs might have a couple, but they'll probably be dying by now with the stuff they got on the front line. So, the aim of the game, we're following this track all the way through. It kind of weaves through this ravine. I'm guessing we're going to gain some height, and we are aiming for a loch. Now, the way we're going at the moment, we're doing it really well. We're ahead of schedule as such, but once we start climbing, that will slow us down. So we'll see how we're going. We'll probably have an early lunch just to slow us down. We don't want to get to the loch too early. The reason I stopped at Barrisdale Bothy, I don't like to normally stop at the Bothys because it gets too busy and too hectic. Got a cuckoo going in the distance. But the reason I stopped at the Bothy was I wanted to get updated forecasts, because when you set off in a car 2 days earlier, things can change in that 48 hours. So I wanted to know what's happening on the weather, and everyone said it's going to be fine, no chance of showers, it's going to be perfect weather for the next few days. I think the earliest signs of any rain are probably Sunday evening, and we'll be gone by then. So that's the plan. Dogs are looking good. Look at them. They're doing well. Stella's running around like a greyhound, so she hasn't suffered. Yes, she stiffens up at night, but that's to expect because of her age. But apart from that, no limps, no lameness, no problems. Rebel's like a monster, he just wants to keep going. So pack is getting lighter, still big, but I can feel the difference. Even, you know, it's probably 2 or 3 pounds, but I'm guessing it's probably about 46 pounds now, and it will get lighter each hour now because I'll feed the dogs in about a couple hours time. I'll have some food, so we're on a win-win-win now. So as I was saying, aiming for a loch, and then the next day we're aiming, you know, where that big giant loch was, where I will put the name out again, and the river came out and it was quite steep on the sides. We're aiming to get past there on the second day. Sorry, I couldn't tell you what day it is because I've lost days. And we'll pitch somewhere around on the loch so that we're just a leapfrog back to the car, because that's quite a rough stretch back to the car. So that's the plan, if you get what I mean. Right, I thought I'd give you an update just to let you know how things went. Very busy at the Barrisdale Bothy, as you expect. More people arrived through the evening. Some people were pitching as that shower came, so I felt sorry for them. But yeah, I would guess probably 15, 16 people, I guess. Most of them do the Munros. I didn't hear of anyone doing the Cape Wrath. Some were just visiting. I talked to 2 English guys who were just visiting and kind of just taking it leisurely, just hiking anywhere. No real plans, just enjoying the time up there. Right, that's about it. So yeah, I couldn't talk earlier because it's, you know, when you're at the campsite, I don't like chatting because everyone's looking at you like you're crazy. You know, we don't want them to know I am, but and also you feel as though you're invading people's privacy if you're pointing cameras or phones or whatever at people or in the general direction. So just had a breather, have a swig of more. And what I'm doing everything fine now. The last 2 days I've determined to eat the right times, drink the right amount of fluids, have rest when I need it, cover my head when I need to. I could put suntan cream, but I started sweating, so when I set off it was freezing. You wouldn't want suntan cream, it was that cold because the wind was chilly. But I don't mind my arms, they'll take it, they won't burn bad. It's my head you've got to watch. And even if I put suntan cream, it won't prevent it. But yeah, as I say, everything's been going to plan, so touch wood. I don't want to tempt fate. I'll touch Rebel's head, he's wood. Right, another drink and then we're setting off again. You too. Peace. Over here. You big gal. You're the one that's giving me the problems this week. Wow, that looks nice. Your own little swimming pool with waterfall. Absolute beautiful spot to. Shame there's nothing flat here. You can pitch here and have a swimming pool. Especially on a day like this where it's this hot. If you come here in the winter or in the wet season, these river crossings will be absolutely dodgy, to say the least. But in the dry times, look how good they are. No water at all. And that's after having a good couple of weeks of rainfall before the last few days. So it just shows how quick it dries up. I ain't been doing much chatting because it's so windy at times. So that's a godsend for you, me not chatting. But the views are just absolutely awesome. Look at that. stunning. Stunning. We go up there. We've been right down there. Slowly, slowly brings you up. Switchback after switchback. Is it safe, Stella? You're the guinea pig. Yeah, we're not going to die. We're not far from the loch where I want to pitch for the night. So it's been really good going because of the breeze. But midges are around here, I just seen them flying around. No breeze here. Moving on. It was a marsh coming up there. All the water had run off, like a basin. It was wet. Getting dry now. Still windy, very windy. But that's our friend at the moment. Looks like when there's no wind, we'll start getting the midges. It is just gone 11, I think about 10 past 11. And we've done 6 miles already. Whew. Don't sound far, but 6 miles over this terrain is a lot. Home sweet home. Done it by lunchtime. Now we just got to find a dry spot down there. Whew. What do you reckon? We've got water running down. Oh, that's my action camera. There's water running down here. We've got wind gushing at us down here, but not as strong as just up there. It's even gustier. I'll probably get wind noise, so I do apologise. The ground is not wet. It's marshy, but not wet. We've got our own little beach. Which I'll have to keep the dogs out. You probably haven't got a word of what I said because of all the wind. Look at these two. Gives me a chance to get the tent up. Got some nice strong winds. I can dry some kit and we can have a lazy day. I'm hoping, because this is so open, even if the wind eases off, you know, we'll get some breeze down there. We shall see. I've checked down there, as I said a minute ago. The side I want to be, or the section I want to be, that's facing nice to the wind, it's boggy. I did the knuckle test, you know, put my fist to the ground, squeeze, and it is damp, it's wet. The other one is slightly raised, and it's thinner strip, and you could get a tent in there, and that's drier, but we've got water all around us. So keeping the dogs out of the rain, out of the water, it's going to be hard work. Now all this land here is all bog and marsh, The only dry bit is this trail, and I'm not going to pitch on the trail. So I'm just having a look around here, just in case, just around the corner, there's a better area that's dry that can keep the dogs out. But I'm not going to cut all my gear all the way up here to come all the way back. So we're early, so we can explore. And it's less windy as well. I'm out of breath. Update. I sat here a minute ago, just on here, eating my lunch, and when I got up, I was all wet on my bottom. So this ground's not as dry as it looks. So we're still struggling for a dry spot. You can hear it. Look, that's a marsh. Oh dear. It looks dry, but it's not as dry. Once you put some weight on it, sink on it, you start getting wet. Oh, as you can see, all my shirt's wet. Don't know if you can see it. I was lying on my shirt. It's sitting on my shirt, sorry. So we're still looking. This is the perfect spot, but it's wet. Hear it? Don't know if you're getting any of this. And that's tufty. I don't know, I'm going to do a search around to show you what I mean. Up here, it looks nice and dry. You think, yeah, I can pitch on this. But when I just, oops, ouch, just put my fingers in some of the areas, look, you can see the moisture coming out. So, if we're lying on that, over a matter of time, kneeling on it and sitting and kind of doing all what they're doing, the moisture will want to get on the ground sheet, but also every time we go in and out, it will kind of trudge the moisture back in the tent. Rebel, leave it. He's eating. He's just been fed. Damn. And there, which is supposed to look really nice, you just hear it. So good. Here, another good spot. No. Sadly, no. Right, we've had lunch in our squishy oh God, it's wet. Just seen it. Sit. Yeah, it is too wet. In our squishy ground, shame. Later in the summer, I bet it'd be lovely and dry. But with two dogs and squishy ground, dogs going that way, water. Dogs going that way, water. Dogs going behind us, guess what? Water. They'd be in and out of the water all the time. I wanted to pitch somewhere up there so that I could keep them away from the water. But up there is a marsh. But when you look on the photos, and also when you're even walking down there, it looks dry. But it's very kind of misleading, should I say. Then I looked around there from up high, and there's nothing. It's sloped all there, so no good there. The wind eases off now, so that gives us an idea as well what it'd be like. And it is buggy because we're so close to the water. Again, if we're a bit further back, it's not so bad. Never mind. We'll keep on going. We're early anyway. It's 20 to 1. We're well early. I don't really want to be pitching normally to about 4ish. So we'll push on. It was a point I wanted to do. It's too squishy. Shame. But as I say, it looks dry, doesn't it? But it's not. But it's a beautiful location if anyone wants to use it. Just come in the later summer months, but then I'm guessing it'll be so crazy with midges. August is terrible, isn't it? But anyway, there's a location here for you. Just got to test the ground. As I say, the more you lie on it and lean on it, and kneel on it. I just sat and had lunch and I got a wet bottom. Right, we're going to carry on up there and onto the path. .5 Dogs are in their beds. I've had my dinner and it was 5 o'clock meal, beef stew and barley, which was beautiful, but it was very salty. So I don't know if that's a good thing when you're out in the Highlands in the hot temperatures. And then I had for pudding another 5 o'clock meal, which was toasted banana porridge. Sorry, the wind is just going a bit crazy. So the reason I have that for pudding is if you have that in the morning, you'll never get up because it's very heavy. In a sense, you know, when you're eating it, you'll know it. You can feel it in your hand in the pack. It goes really stodgy. And, you know what I mean? If you like your porridge, then that's the one for you. But I must admit, it's very, yeah, that's the word, stodgy. but it fills the gap, doesn't it? But I couldn't have it as breakfast, no way. I don't know if you're looking, we're getting more cloud now, so I think things will cool down. I checked a minute ago, temperature is 19, but with the wind it made it feel like 18, but that was about 10-15 minutes ago. But you can feel a change coming. The wind's picked up, it's a bit more cloud coming. So the dogs will line up. This ground right down, it's still damp, you know what I mean? Look, but the reason I came up here was the lockers are just round the corner and about another quarter mile on the track. But I was looking at my mileage and I never give Stella more than 10 miles now. That's her limit, and if I go beyond that I'm not happy because it's not fair on her. And we reached 9.22 miles, so I came across this mound. It was high up, it was catching the wind. There's water nearby, there's a river just down there. If it rained, rain would run off, so that's good. I doubt if it will, but yesterday I said exactly that, and we had showers. And it was early, and I thought, why not? You know what I mean? Because we're pushing on too far. The plan was to do this in 5 days, but the way it's going, it's going to be finished in 4. So we've done too well. I think the cool breeze this morning, the early start, and the terrain was, even though it's very marshy and boggy on this side, it went up in steps. It kind of went up, then it leveled off for a while, then it went up and then leveled off for a while, so it made it much easier. Whereas when we were doing the other one, there was a lot of up, you know what I mean? Then it was down to the loch, and then it was back up and then back down the fast on the second day. Where this one has kind of gone up like giant steps and then leveled off on plateaus and then gone up a bit and then leveled off again. Made it much easier, but the cool breeze really did make a difference. But it's been hot. If it weren't for that cool breeze, you'd be in the 2022s, you know what I mean? So, which is nice, perfect. And as I say, up here with the breeze, even if it eases off a bit, chances of getting a midge, very rare, you know what I mean? Because they're not being anywhere else. And this is the perfect spot. We're away from the river. We're catching a bit of a breeze. I mean, at the moment it's pretty strong, but I mean, that'll ease off. But once again, we'll settle down once it gets cooler. Just relax and then have a nice, good night's sleep. The last 2 nights we've had brilliant sleep. I think we've all slept well. I haven't even felt Rebel stirring. Normally Rebel's always the one stirring. But even he's been flat out. So it's worked perfectly. So next thing is a cup of coffee, let things cool down, feed the dogs in a bit, and then we'll settle down for the night. So I'll probably talk to you around about then. Signing off from a beautiful location in the middle of nowhere. Bye for now.